because that's what I get to do.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. All right. Can you verify it's rolling?
That's what I'm
Hey,
doing.
Steve. When'd you pop it? I missed you. What?
She came in at the end of the year, didn't she?
No, Steve. I saw Krista.
Oh.
She was sitting in the back. It's Holly's head was in the way.
Working.
All right. Let's call this meeting to order. It is 7:03 p.m. This is the July 24, 2024 Downtown Developmental Authority meeting. First time we're going to start off with is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Can we do a roll call, please?
Sure. Krista Booth.
Present.
Steve Schneider.
Present.
Holly Miller.
Present.
Andy Rose.
Present.
Melissa Schneider.
Present.
Ashlyn Glasser. Present.
Thank you.
I have a quorum.
Perfect. Any additions or deletions to agenda?
I actually I have a discussion addition, just what to do with our 8 benches that are currently being stored at DPW.
So that's going to be D under discussion,
Sure. Yep.
benches. All right. Anything else? No. Communications.
We had one communication. It is in your packet from First Congregational Church requesting the entertainment tent be moved. Their preference, you can read it. It says our preference would be on West St. Clair or even at the intersection of M53 and St. Clair,
Thank you.
which is where we intended to have it anyways, so.
Anybody have you want to discuss on this at all, or do we want to respond?
They can make the request. However, they, I do not believe, have any position of legal authority to change the plans. And in some respects, it's an attempt to impose its religious views on the DDA. And we've made choices best we can in terms of where it can be placed, and we know that we would not use the church parking a lot for this purpose. So we recognize the request and presume we go forward with our plans.
So you don't feel any need to do any official reply?
No,
No.
it's a communication.
Anybody? No.
It's a day and a half out of 365 days in the year. I understand their position, but it's a day and a half.
Well, and one thing I do want to touch upon in here, and again, I understand people have their struggles with different things, but as of right now, from their door, the beer tent is, or the entertainment tent is 240 feet away. Right now, the closest bar restaurant that has been serving alcohol for decades is 250 feet away. So we're within 10 feet.
And what difference does another 250 feet make at the end of the
Correct.
day? I'm sorry.
Correct.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I spent so much time researching this and looking at it. KBB is 267 feet from the rear corner of their property, right? I mean, at the end of it, people have their vices out there. It is what it is, but we've done everything we could to not impact them as much. We even talked about it in the meeting before about the 5K run on Sunday, not impacting their church services and how we're rerouting for that. So, at this point in time, I think we've done everything we could. There was a lot of misinformation we were putting in front of their door, and that's not even true. It is relatively close to right on the corner of Van Dyke. The request of putting it on Van Dyke, we cannot put it on Van Dyke. We only have Van Dyke closed for a certain amount of time. So,
Referencing disinformation or misinformation. Their objections should be accurate, and they indicate their second objection is placing the entertainment tent directly beside the church. It's not happening.
Right. It's not.
That's not accurate.
It's always been where it's going. We need it for the power supply, so to put it next to the church it would cost us another $1,200 like we got stuck with last year when we had to move it because of this. So, no. Okay. All right. If everybody's good with that, we'll move forward. Any public comments on agenda items, Mr. Public?
Good.
All right. At that point, can we get a approval of the consent agenda?
Make a motion.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Let's move forward. Approval of minutes. We're going to need the approval of the June 26th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Did some editing, subject, of course, to Holly's editing.
Well, we have a new one, so be careful.
So first, under approval of minutes, which is on the second page of the June 26th meeting, S. Schneider moved to approve with amendments. Now, who's the secretary?
Me. That would be me.
I'm just teasing. So what should be done in the future is indicating what the amendment actually was of the prior minutes, what was, quote, fixed.
Okay.
So that's one aspect.
So let me just make sure, like bullet points of the amendments were fixed spelling error, corrected this dollar amount,
Right.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it said this and now it's fixed to this.
Okay.
And that's what council does in some detail. I mean, the whole point is not to be extra picky, but so anybody looking at the minutes can tell as much as possible what exactly we were talking about.
Okay.
And as to that, I don't remember what the amendments were. So that's one aspect. Secondly, under reports, there's an A and there's a sub B, and the second line of sub B talked about working on the social district signs.
Oh, yeah. That's
I
probably
presume that's
out of
supposed to be signs?
Yep.
Okay, so we want to fix that.
That's the
Yep.
only one I caught, so.
Kind of like science better though.
Okay. And let's see, I got a couple more, I think, somewhere here. Shoot. All I have to do is find them. Oh, yeah. Discussion, sub B, social district. Third line down, towards the end, suggested adding this signage in the pocket park with the expectation that people will, I presume that word is supposed to be likely, congregate there,
I thought like two,
or like to, yeah.
or like,
One
yeah.
of-
Either or.
Oh, likely.
it-
Yep. Okay.
Just like sitting there doesn't quite work.
Mhm.
I think there's one more. No, wherever it is, I can't find it. So that was my editing, and move to approve. Was there further edits?
I will second.
Any further discussion? The only thing that I would like to say is I truly appreciate the amount of detail you put into them.
Oh, thank you.
It's what the people need they have the right to see. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So if nothing else other than me, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. Approval's done. We're going to need next motion to approve bills payable. Can you comment on the tax bills, please?
So, the first tax bill is actually not for School Street, it's for part of
Yeah, sorry.
the parking lots. Yeah, I told Angela after she had done this. So, it's for 202 Bristol. It's the $50 one. That's for part of the parking lot that we own behind the restaurants. I don't understand why we're being taxed on these.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
So-
be.
Angela said, go ahead.
The Bristol Street law is because in January, was it? Because there's plowing and Steve Francis came in and said, I'm still paying taxes on that lot that the DDA won. So I got a hold of our attorney. He said the judgment had been sent to the county and to presumably the assessor. I followed up with the assessor to make sure it was changed into our name. I don't know, Kim is on vacation right now, so I have not spoken with her yet. The only thing that I'm presuming is that it wasn't switched over before
And,
tax bills were issued.
and that is on
or
them.
Assessed.
And that is on them.
And so then the second one, that should be township too, sorry. The second one is because that had already been assessed before we closed on the property. So we won't be taxed, that property won't be tax exempt until next year.
Are we allowed to pay property taxes, Steve?
I don't know if the right word is allowed, but we're exempt.
So then why wouldn't it go to the previous owner instead of
It
us?
wouldn't, because it's,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
taxes going forward.
So it would,
We shouldn't be taxed,
we
period.
shouldn't be, wouldn't it be effective immediately? So either
Mhm.
the person who was previously the owner would be responsible, or if we changed ownership, doesn't matter, we shouldn't be taxed then.
Correct.
I've never seen a tax bill come before.
Here's the problem that, just from kind of skimming the surface of it. So you're closing with a private party, correct? So the tax bill comes in, taxes are collected in advance. So for example, taxes are due for summer, July 1, and run through June 30th. And so the previous owner is responsible, essentially sent a tax bill for July 1, 2024 through June 30th of 2025. And then upon the sale occurring, the seller is entitled to be reimbursed back for from June 30th of 2025 to the date of closing.
That
And
happened.
so that the seller is made whole.
We did do that.
Yeah, we did that.
We did that as
Taxes were
well.
prorated at
Yeah, so
closing.
everything
We
was
closed
prorated.
June 5th.
Okay, so what's this tax bill?
This
So-
is from the township.
This is for future taxes. We
This
already
is
owned it. We've
Upcoming
already,
taxes. Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
we've already handled all that.
Exactly.
Sorry, yeah, I wasn't
It's
part
fine.
of the closing. Oh, yeah, you were.
Yeah. So,
I'll talk to Kim on Monday.
so why don't we, if
Yeah, that's-
people can see the rationale with why we shouldn't, then we can get a motion excluding both of those, and then we'll work through. We're not
I
done.
also have an issue with one of the bills.
Okay.
This construction code authority, we've never been billed for it. And so my question is, if the request was made on behalf of the Village of Almont's village, the manager, and then it was deemed to be safe either way, why is the DDA responsible for it, or the business? If the village is asking for somebody to come out and check something, then shouldn't they be
Well, that
responsible
was, we asked,
for that to be checked out? Because it says in here, it says it be made by Dale. I didn't know that it was us asking Dale
Okay.
to ask. Okay.
Pam is the one who communicates with
Okay.
construction code, so I give her the,
Okay, so then we did
Definitely.
ask for it, so
Yeah.
that's why we are paying for it. Okay,
Yeah.
then
so-
that makes sense.
So some of the stuff like MDOT and Lapeer County Road Commission, we have to utilize through the village.
Village, okay.
We're nobodies.
Okay, then I would not have a problem with us if it was us requesting. Just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure we're not setting the precedent of somebody else requesting and then we are now responsible for paying for it.
It was.
So I don't have an issue with that. That's
So
the
then,
case.
yeah,
okay,
they
thank
were
you.
deemed safe, so nothing's happening.
I just, on a side note, because we paid for the social district stickers, the restaurants understand they are responsible to purchase stickers once they
From
run
here on
out.
out, yep.
Okay,
Yep.
just want to make sure they all realize that.
Did we separate that like evenly amongst like,
They each got 5,000.
okay.
There's no other discussion. If somebody wants to make a motion, well, they can make a motion for the whole thing, or if you feel that we should remove the two tax bills we should be paying for anyway. The new total, Holly.
1525.22. I'll make a motion to approve bills payable with the exclusion of the tax bills for a total of $1,525.22.
I will support that.
Crystal one. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so let's move on to June revenue expenditure report, Ms. Treasurer.
Do you have questions?
I do not.
I do have a question. This is including some of the car show, because we said last year, or we said that last year we made a profit on the car show, right? Is that what we said for the expenditures?
Yes.
So it's showing here that we used 141% of the budget.
Well,
So is that including, or do we use stuff already for this year? coming
right,
up
so
again?
yeah, so
Okay,
we
that's
put
what I
down
thought.
a deposit for Family Tradition Band already. We've ordered
Okay, so
stuff
that's
already, so
already.
that's in there.
The magazine ads.
Yeah, the magazine ads are in there,
That's
so
what
yeah,
I figured. I just
yeah,
wanted to double check.
yeah, it
Keychains,
carries
I
over.
think, are in there.
Yep. So it crosses fiscal years is why.
Okay, well, I will make a motion to approve June's revenue and expenditure report.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. June check disbursement. We need a motion to approve June's check disbursement.
The
Any questions?
only question I have is, do we owe you money or something, or do you owe us $60.88? Is that like, I didn't know what that meant.
I keep forgetting to remind you, Andy.
Hmm.
That's that meal Kim said we were not allowed to expense, and you
Oh.
said you would cover. I keep forgetting to remind you. Yes.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve June's check disbursement. I'll support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, I will remember to do it tomorrow. All right, or I'll have Megan do it tomorrow.
Right.
All right, reports, DPW report, which is attached. If anybody's got any questions, concerns, we can get them back to Brian.
No, just thank you. You're the best.
They have been doing a fantastic job,
Right.
that's for sure.
I have no complaints about DPW.
Oh, I do have one question, and maybe we already know the answer. All the barricades in front of our new building,
Because they're the water main stuff.
stuff from that. Okay,
Yeah.
just double checking.
Also, I think they were kind of there to.
Keep cars from being there.
That works too. Move on to director's report, Angela.
Sure. We already went through everything from here to festival, I think, so I won't go through that again. our cruise night this month was amazing. It was opening of our social district, so that was fun. We had a great turnout. I ordered a large metal rules and etiquette sign for Fountain Park. It is, the proof they sent me was a little blurry, so I'm working on cleaning that. Well, I sent them another PDF, so I'm hoping this next proof is good. But those will be shipped with the 2-hour parking signs as soon as it's printed, so they should be here next week. I was made aware from business owners as well as Priority Waste that there are businesses using dumpsters and not contributing to the cost. So I did email those businesses, and Andrea asked that her number be passed on to them so they can sign their own agreement with Priority. So hopefully that helps. The fountain hasn't been working, in case anyone didn't notice. I think his exact words were, "I have no idea how this happened. I've never seen it happen in my entire career, but our pump malfunctioned badly." Well, of course, over the holiday weekend. So water was just pouring out for 4 days. And so I won't show you the usage spike because it gave me palpitations. So he's replacing the pump, and due to all of that water, pieces of the motor rusted. So he has to take that apart and redo it as well.
How much does this cost?
Yeah, well, it doesn't even drop in the bucket compared to our literal water bucket bill that's gonna be coming. He said probably $500 to replace all this stuff, but we usually use about 40 gallons a day. For those 4 days, we used 14,000
Per day.
per day.
Per day?
Per day.
How much is our water bill gonna be?
I don't know yet.
Well, when we get it.
Maybe something needs to be put
Since
back
the
on.
village is like very adamant about keeping this fountain park, do you think they would be willing to share the cost of this water bill too?
I was saying, do you remember 5 years ago when I said we should turn that into a planner, Steve?
I
And you
still think
remember
so.
that meeting? It was the first time I was called not nice names around here.
We talked about it 6
Yeah.
months ago too.
I know,
Yeah.
I mean,
just saying.
I know.
So that's
Stuff happens.
That's the news.
I know.
Right.
that's the news on
Stuff
Or
happens.
We should get an insurance policy against that thing for loss.
Yeah. I've seen you shovel dirt. Why don't you shovel some dirt in that water park?
I say level it and put more picnic tables
Yeah,
there.
something.
You know,
Oh,
I don't encourage drinking and driving, but some guy could really fix that thing real quick.
oh my goodness.
Or a car falling out of gear fast enough. I don't know what it takes.
Well, that's a shame.
One thing I want to ask is, oh God, it was for you. I forgot what it was. The cars in our lot, I think they're Howard's. We got to make sure that they're not parking all over that. And then, shoot, I lost it. That'll come back to me. Something else I wanted you to check into. Shoot. It was off of here. Now I can't remember what it was.
Are we seeing people still, do we put up the 2-hour parking signs in the parking lot?
They're shipping with the rules and etiquette sign,
Oh,
so
okay.
they should be here.
We're still seeing the cars though. We were talking about like giving them notice beforehand or something. Do you know if they're still,
Their cars.
yeah, are they still, or is it still being reported by business owners that it's like an issue?
Yes,
Okay.
and it's being reported to the police department as well. However, they think that we should tag their cars
Has anybody tried to reach out to them, or these cars, or like put like a note on them or anything like
I
that?
can put a note on them. I was used to just giving the license plates to Chief Martin and he
Okay.
would
Okay,
take care of it, but usually it's a resident. This particular vehicle is not a resident, so we're just gonna have to put a note on their car, I guess. But it's also been brought to my attention by some other businesses that there are owner vehicles that are sitting in lots overnight, so I'm gonna have to address that as well.
Yeah, I've heard owners overnight all day long. It's kind of a mess. Thank you.
Enforcing on that issue is one of the biggest headache. How do you enforce it? So what do municipalities do? The bigger municipalities,
Ticket.
they put a lock on the
A
wheels. You can't drive your damn car.
Right.
So
Do we have those?
we would have to purchase them if we wanted to go that far. I
Right.
mean, that's going
No.
to,
I would hope a warning would suffice. I mean,
my expectation is won't make a difference. Because this has been complained about for years, that's been a pool parking lot.
but parking
But
lot
we'll
is,
see. I mean, hopefully something that extreme would not be necessary, but it's just a thought. If we
Commuter is parking in, he parks in the morning.
Came to that.
Another truck comes and picks him up.
in Bristol?
Yeah.
Where's the,
No, Branch.
Behind my office.
Yarborough.
oh, okay, behind Branch. Where is the one where are the business owners parking? Is it in the Branch Street parking lot too?
Branch and Bristol.
Oh, so it's multiple businesses. Are they sleeping at their business? Okay, okay.
We
Interesting.
don't know that answer.
Okay.
Is no overnight parking in that one as well, or only
We
the
have no overnight parking in all of our lots.
all of our lots? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Moving on. New business finance facade grant application. The Village Share Company has submitted a facade grant application for their sign, 114 South Main. This is what, the second or third time we've gotten it. In the amount of $417 is provided an Excel spreadsheet attached for clarification on the question line item.
So
So we have two invoices for the same exact invoice, but it's for different amounts?
So the question, the line item in question was this page. The 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th page of her application where it doesn't have a description, it just says 184.86. And I inquired if we could see the invoice with that, whatever that line item was, and she sent this spreadsheet to break it down.
Did the spreadsheet? Is that a bill or just an Excel?
I can ask that question.
Why is the spreadsheet have invoice number 1148 and that's the same invoice that says 1148 for the 267? It's 8038. It's the same invoice number, but
I was gonna say the one for 184.88 is invoice number 1214-F1. It's a different invoice
yeah, and then the new spreadsheet says 1148.
for all of it.
Okay.
And could you just get an actual bill from whatever company she used? We asked for that.
Understand this invoice, this spreadsheet.
so if I'm.
For the labor.
Right, if
Yeah.
I'm reading this right, and if you look at the spreadsheet, it crosses 2 pages.
Yeah.
So if you take both those invoices and add them up, it's the 463.33. So it looks like the 184.86, which is the invoice we questioned, is for labor. That's all I can infer from this here. I just also,
I still don't get, I don't understand the labor of making the sign.
I don't,
I don't,
that's what I don't know.
okay.
What's, I mean, these
Labor
other
of
ones are,
installation.
there's, yeah,
Business
Maybe.
owner install on the last page.
Install, okay.
That's labor.
yeah, but
I assume labor to create the sign, not install it.
I think we,
Oh, okay.
well, the weird part is the first one
Hold
is
on.
itemized and comes up to 267, paid 267. The second one just says fulfilled, and then it says balance due 184.86. That was the one we had no description, but this, like you're saying, is just an Excel, so I don't know.
So there's labor for the install, but we're paying for the install for the boom lift, so that would be the install, correct?
No, the
No, that's
labor would be
separate.
to create the sign, not
create
to
the sign,
install it,
okay.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's, yeah.
All right.
Also, labor's not taxable. I don't know.
Oh, that is correct. So if it's labor, they can't charge 6% sales tax on labor. So tell them to actually get a real bill. I mean, unless somebody wants to approve it. Anybody? Okay.
Are you
All right.
tabling this again?
I guess so.
Okay.
Third time, fourth time's the charm, I guess. Executive committee, volunteer credits. This is, we talked through this before, right? This is for volunteerism, in lieu of, and money. There's no money changing hand, but for all the efforts and works that people, basically put into the DDA, and our success only happens because of volunteerism. We worked through a new tiered system after hearing feedback from the other meeting. If people are good with that, we'll just need approval on it. What we did away with was we kind of broke it up in hours, and basically like $25 an hour. So special events meeting, our monthly meetings don't count. So we got to be here anyway. But special events meetings was $25. The ones that fall underneath the 4 hours, like Jeep Cruise Nights, Earth Day, Holiday Festival events. 6 hours, as you can see, Chili Crawl. We broke up Heritage Fest just because it's such a undertaking all weekend into different aspects, and then obviously on Saturday is the big day at 8 hours. I think the only question we had on here, oh no, we spelled that out. That's right. Never mind. Sorry.
What we didn't decide is who is keeping track of this.
That is
We
correct.
did not decide that.
Yes. It's going to be, if you want credit for it, you've got to email.
Yeah, and so it says that in it, if you want credit, you must email within a week of the event, requesting the credit, naming the event. Credits must be used within the following calendar year of accumulating them.
Question, who are we emailing then?
That's what we did not
Oh,
decide
okay,
who's
sorry.
going to be in
Okay.
charge of it.
Sorry.
We didn't commit to that in our
Okay.
meeting. I think we
So
kind of forgot.
the big question is, we're not really, it's just credits, right? There's no tangible value to it other than you're using it for sponsorship of stuff we're already doing. Now, again, if you want to pay extra to enhance your sponsorship, you
Sure
can. So the question is, if that's the case, should they be going to the treasurer because it's that, or should it just fall to the DDA director and have her track it, and then we just get the
I'm
dollar
fine
cents?
to take it on. I've already created a spreadsheet for my own, so just to add everyone else a little tab is no big deal to me. I don't mind. It's not a big thing. Okay.
Okay.
Email Holly,
Okay.
soldbyholly@gmail.com. It's very easy.
Right. Let me just ask you this. Would it be helpful to have a treasurer at Almont DDA?
We've
There
discussed.
is one.
There is.
It's not like in use, but I can have her activate it. She already had it.
I'm just asking.
It's not a terrible idea. In case I fall off the face of the earth, that we all still have everything.
Oh, then we're not going to use that email. We're good.
You're not going to use that, so I'm not allowed to go anywhere.
Nope.
It's not a terrible idea.
And I know there's
I
remote
need
access.
another
'cause
email
I
to
used
check
it.
like I need a hole in my head, but it makes sense, yes.
Could you look into what it would take to get it activated?
I just have to call Julie. Would take nothing.
All right. I mean, I don't think that's something we need a motion on. Does that make sense to everybody to have that? Just again, sadly, if she's not around, it just goes everything.
I might not be treasurer in a minute, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's
Put
wait
it
till
on the
next,
treasurer.
That was gonna be my next statement. We're voting on treasurer. It doesn't mean that it's Holly, right? Anyway, sorry. That's kind of why I was
I may
getting.
decline.
That's
if
why I was
anyone
getting to that.
nominates.
Sorry.
Just like, yeah, the treasurer will take that on. and
That's right, the
decline that
treasurer. Sure,
nomination.
I forgot we were voting on it.
So anyway,
Oh, shoot.
um,
I kind of just added the stuff that I took notes on, so if I missed anything, tell me and I'll add.
no,
more.
I looked it
I
over.
encompassed everything that we discussed.
Yep, that is.
Yeah, just add email to treasurer then.
Yeah.
So it's clear who they have to email to.
And
For
I'll
new people.
put the email in there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, the big question was, yeah, you got it in there. Never mind. Sorry. Retroactive to July
Yes.
last year.
Yes. Yeah, and so we are going to take it back in our last fiscal year. So everyone needs to go back to July 1st, to the best of your recollection, if you care about your sponsorship credits, and get it together and get it to me soon. Plus, that way we can figure out if you want to use it for Heritage Fest, and we can figure out everyone's sponsorship levels. So Angela can advertise all those things. So,
And we're offering it to former members who were on the board at the time frame, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Shoveling dirt count.
Huh?
yes, it does.
Shoveling
You were
dirt
there. Yes, your Earth Day cleanup counts. Absolutely.
Yes, it
You
does.
were there. You were working.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So if people are good with this, just making a motion to accept.
I will make a motion to accept, what are we calling this? The sponsorship credits for volunteer hours for DDA board members.
I'll
Support.
support.
Ooh,
Ooh.
who's taking it?
I
I
don't.
will.
Okay,
Unbelievable.
Steve could take it.
Yeah, credit for something.
Sounds like people like the idea. Perfect.
Yeah. It's a very good idea.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Again, thank you all for all you do. Truly.
Yes.
All right, policy. It is that time of the year. Officer elections. We need to nominate and elect the chairperson, the vice chair, the treasurer, and the secretary. You cannot nominate yourself. You have to nominate somebody else.
Nominate you,
For what?
chair,
Oh, just checking.
obviously. I nominate you for all of them. You can just run the whole show now.
No,
Do it all by yourself.
I did that for like 3 months. It sucked. Any other nominations?
We're just doing one at a time here.
Wait, we have to.
Chair, yeah.
Any other nominations for chair? No. I should nominate somebody.
You should. You really should.
Feel free.
No, it's all right. I'll accept the nomination. Do we
Do you
need a
have to
roll
vote on
call?
that?
We need a roll call vote, right? Because it is.
Yes.
No, sorry.
It's fine. We're good.
Do we need support?
Pardon?
Do we need a motion
Support.
first?
You need a motion. I
So-
accepted it.
And
Right.
I'll make the motion to
Right.
Elect.
elect Andy as chair. Andrew Rose as chairman of the DDA board, if we need to be professional about it.
I'll support.
Any further discussion? Please no.
All right, I'll do roll call. Krista Booth,
Yes.
Steve Schneider.
Aye.
Holly Miller.
Aye.
Melissa Schneider.
Aye.
Ashley Glasser.
Aye.
Andy Rose.
Can I have myself?
Sure.
I think you have to
Can't-
abstain.
You can, it's legal,
Oh,
but
you can?
it's up to
Okay.
you.
I didn't know
Aye.
if you had to abstain or not.
Aye.
Makes it
Okay.
easier for Melissa that
Thank
way.
you.
Makes you just write down unanimous. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Right.
we have one picky person on the sports.
All right, moving on to the next one. We need to nominate and elect the vice chair. Do we have any nominations for that?
Nominate Holly.
Can I make a motion? No, I can't. Any other nominations for vice chair? Sorry.
It's up for grabs, people.
Would you accept the nomination?
Yep.
All right. So someone needs to make a motion to,
I'll make the motion to elect Holly Miller as vice chair.
second by anybody?
Oh, I support.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Or I'm sorry.
Roll call. Ashley
Roll call.
Glasser.
Aye.
Melissa Schneider.
Aye.
Andy Rose.
Aye.
Steve Schneider.
Aye.
Chris DeBoos. Holly Miller.
Unanimous. All right, nomination to elect the treasurer of the Almont DDA. With an email.
Yeah,
With an email.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to nominate Holly Miller.
I will support.
That was a surprising one.
You accept the nomination.
I don't want to, but I will. We don't really have a choice at this point.
We could nominate somebody
Listen,
else.
it's much simpler now that Kim is basically doing it, so
Do
it's very streamlined. It's nice. It's better.
Through that.
So did you accept?
Yes, I did.
All right, someone make a motion to make it official.
I'll make a motion to elect Holly Miller as treasurer.
Support.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Chris DeBoos. Steve Schneider.
Aye.
Andy Rose.
Aye.
Melissa Schneider.
Aye.
Ashley Glasser.
Aye.
Holly Miller.
All right. Final one, nomination to elect DDA secretary.
I nominate Melissa.
That was fast.
Yep.
I support.
Any other nominations? Going once. She's still writing it down. I should just talk forever.
Right.
All right. Do you accept?
I
Yeah.
accept.
All right. Could somebody make it the official nomination?
Make a motion to nominate Melissa, to elect Melissa
Elect.
Schneider as the DDA secretary. You already said it once. Say it again. You support.
Oh, I support. Sorry, you were like,
She said it the first time. I was like, you might as well just say it
Any
again.
further discussion? And then roll call, please.
Ashley Glasser.
aye.
Andy Rose.
Aye.
Holly Miller.
Aye.
Steve Schneider.
Abstain.
Chris DeBoos.
Like that, Steve.
Aye. Melissa Schneider.
Charges.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
I will.
Nepotism.
Aye.
Right? It was a good call.
Steve's being official. We love it. Well, thank you all for stepping up for the next fiscal year. It was a surprising vote. Again,
You've all done a good job. That's why.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, now we're moving on to discussion. Jeep Cruise Night, Bike Night, Sign Up Genius.
I just kind of left that. There's still a sign up genius for our stuff. Cruise night this month was incredible. Jeep night was
Jeep
fun.
night. It was fun, but
We
there
did-
was
We didn't have a great
there was
turnout,
maybe 5 Jeeps there the whole time.
but
We had more golf
was
carts
weird.
than Jeeps.
but the entire
No.
parking lot was packed.
Yes.
Our businesses
Holy smokes.
Yes,
were
It was
full.
a busy night for the
So.
restaurants.
very. It's almost good we didn't have Jeeps because it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we picked the cones up
Look,
at one
Holly
point because
and
it was
I
getting
removed
full.
the cones, and not without exaggeration, not even 10 minutes later, all of the spots were
Oh.
taken.
I don't think you would hardly walked back from taking the cones from the left side and like 3 cars whipped into those
Yeah.
spots. It was,
So
yeah,
it was.
Oh,
the
sorry.
restaurants did well regardless. So, it was, people came to look at Jeeps or what?
It just came back to me what I wanted to talk about. Speaking of Jeep and Cruise Night, we did a very good job. And it's the time in the downtown where businesses generally need help because those are the slow nights. But per Cruise Night, we also stayed away from other nights especially Friday night, not to compete with A&W. A&W has just announced now that they've moved it to Tuesday nights. They are within the DDA district, which it is what it is, but part of the rationale is we try to stay away from what they were doing. Do you know the logic? And
I drove by yesterday, saw a couple cars, and then I saw that it was advertised, and I put it on there. I said, well, that makes sense. Why no one shows up Friday? I said, but, the DDA does theirs on
Oh, yeah, I
Tuesdays
saw
as
you
well.
comment.
And that's what I was gonna bring up when we talked about doing ours every week, or yours every week. Kind of a cutthroat at this point from, I thought that was weird.
I'm not changing our day again though.
no, I'm not saying we are.
No, I know, I'm just, I'll reach out and find out. I assume it's because they weren't having much success with,
Well, there was one car
Friday.
yesterday when I drove by, and I know the prior week, they said there was maybe a half dozen of them there. So I saw it posted yesterday, and I thought,
Yeah, maybe a Wednesday or Thursday would make a little more sense, but she's going to reach out to them and find out, again, because they're in the DDA district. I mean, we obviously want to try to help support too, but we can only we're only spread so thin, right? So she's going to reach out. I was glad you're here because I thought maybe you understood why they did that. So I know we've tried to incorporate them in the past, and I don't know if that worked out because they were pretty adamant they wanted to stay with Fridays. So we'll look into it. But anyway, I just wanted to address that. So
I think a selling point for A&W would be they more likely would get more vehicles if it was other than Tuesday.
Right.
Because some
Right.
people here would show up there.
correct.
Duh.
Right.
But
well, I do know that Tuesday nights at Bomber's, Big Boy, Emily City, they've all died off. So maybe they saw a chance to pull a Tuesday night, but
I mean, our cruise line is pretty successful with 35-ish cars. I mean,
I thought it was great.
our last one was the best, I don't think we've ever had a better one.
all right. Well, again, we talked about it before, but
Yep.
I just kind of want to talk through it officially. So thank you. Social district.
It's open.
Enjoyed my drinks the last 2 Tuesdays outdoors.
All been handled with respect, and people, the day it opened, I walked into, I had a shirt on this that had the social district logo on it. I walked into Senor Victor's, and I had 2 or 3, I think I had 2 people stop me in Senor Victor's, like husband, wife, little kids, and said, "This is so awesome. We can't wait to take our drink and walk around and look at the cars after with our kids." And then I walked into Roots, I think, and someone else stopped me and said, "We're so excited to go walk." And I saw all of those people come out with their drinks and walk around, and it was good.
On that note, we do need to, either we need to or the restaurants need to put trash cans out
Yes,
back.
yep.
And I know we plan to talk about that in a minute too, but I
Mhm.
didn't want to forget. There's no mess. There's not
No,
a
there was
problem.
no
Let's
mess.
be clear,
We
but
just need to prevent it. from
we need
happening.
them. Yes. I don't
And-
want it to become a problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing we're looking to do to help support Angela, we kind of touched on it earlier, but she's running her Jeep for 4 hours to run the speaker. We're gonna look at a generator or a power cell generator. It's gonna be under $500, so it's within thresholds. We're gonna double check on a tent for there. If the ones we have aren't viable, we're gonna pick one up from there. It would just help. I mean, we're using my truck or your truck as a blocker
For shade.
for
It
shade.
was
Well,
hotter than
yours,
heck
and then I
last
moved
night.
mine in there.
Yep.
It's just odd. It just to make it comfortable for whomever's there.
Right. And for people hanging out, if some people want to come sit in the
Right.
shade, then, there's space because there's no shade back there. So,
Nothing.
and it was scorching.
Right.
The last 2 Tuesdays.
Mhm.
But I've had so many after that article came out with the Board of Education. My face was on it. I've had so many people catch me at Vinkner's or different places that I guess now know me and tell me how great the social district stuff and all the stuff we're doing downtown. So thank you all for that. So C, demo bid.
I have, this this is nothing we have to act on, but I just got a bid in, so I wanted to include it. I'll include all of them together when I get the rest in, but that, our first demo bid came in for our property, and county land bank would pay for half of it, so it's, looks pretty good.
So from what I could comprehend, from what I read through it, are we required to have asbestos testing done by the state then? Okay.
But this company gave me some people to contact to have that survey done, so.
Was that
Do
an
we know?
expensive survey?
Yep, that's where I was going.
I don't.
Do we
I
have
don't
any
know.
idea? Okay. Those are my only questions. I think we figured it'd
That
be around
building
20 grand.
is, I mean, I could be completely ignorant here and I know nothing about asbestos, but that building is cinder block. There's no, I don't think there's any insulation in any of it except those couple rooms off to the side. All the rest is just cinder block, and I think it's asbestos in it.
Asbestos is going to be,
Some insulation, ceiling tiles, some floor
Right.
tiles.
right,
Yeah, not cinder blocks.
not
Right.
cinder blocks, not
There's-
there. And there's
I'm
really
like,
no,
well, I probably should have checked
No.
that before.
and
this.
you can see through most of the side of the walls and,
Yeah, so I
There's
don't, I
nothing in
can't
there.
imagine,
Right, but we
It's
still
gonna-
have to.
we have
the
to have it,
testing
but
done.
I just,
Okay.
I can't imagine it's gonna be that like
No,
in depth of a.
right, because
so,
there shouldn't be any samples to be taken or anything
Right.
like that, so yeah.
so does that mean that we're going to have to add $3,000 to this? Is that what we're thinking? It's on here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Alternates below, asbestos inspection.
Oh yeah, add about 3,000, and he
Oh.
said it could be cheap. He did tell me that he was gonna add it, but. it
I
could
do know of another company as well if you need more, if you want more than
Yeah,
one.
yeah, definitely.
It's not too bad.
No, actually, it's real good. I was thinking it was gonna be closer to 30. I thought we were gonna pay 15 if Land Bank handled half of it.
Right.
Out for demo, so
Will they cover half of our asbestos
they
inspection?
will not,
Okay.
only the demo.
Okay. All right, so we're waiting on some other competitors.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, at
When
least we
did we
know.
cap, when did we cap the last date that we're accepting, or we didn't put an end
We
date?
didn't, because we don't need, like we need to get 3 different,
Oh, we need to wait to get
bids,
3 different
but we
bids.
don't need,
It's not a sealed bid.
yeah, it's not
Okay.
sealed.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Right.
Okay.
We just
But
need
we don't,
everyone.
we don't, yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just need 3 different ones.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, these are just RFPs, so it's different. Thank you for that. It's an easier pill to swallow, at least. Easier pill to swallow.
Oh, yeah.
Last one, D, benches.
So we have 8 benches that we took out of Fountain Park. We need to figure out what to do with them because they're taking up a ton of space at DPW. Brian wants to know if we want him to take them to auction or if we're going to, if we want them for something or somewhere.
I thought was, do we want any for the new parking lot? Because I know we discussed having some out for a picnic table now that I think about it. But my other thought was we give the trash cans to AYBA. We would like to see if they would like some benches for additional seating over there because there is not a lot of seating now that I've spent a lot of time there. I'd rather, give them to our community if we don't need them anymore. If someone else needed them anyways, or the park or.
What about the, that grassy area where we're planning to put the kids thing? Would it make sense to have a couple over there? Even if we put them off to the sides?
Because, we talked about putting the bouncy house in the,
There's not gonna be room in that.
in the middle.
Not before Heritage Fest.
right? And I feel like
And I want a pavilion there eventually.
farmer's market.
Just a thought.
Right.
Do we want to hold off till this building gets demoed to see if it's something we need in that, it might work in that area? Not to say we're not doing the cement benches, but is it something we might think to have over there?
What's the condition of those?
They need to be repainted and restained.
Right.
And so that was,
Sanded
I was
because
going to
they're-
segue into the ones that are still in the fountain park need attention if we're going to leave them there. They look like garbage.
Let me ask that too, then, is there parts off of these, the stuff we pulled out, is it better than what was left? And should we look at, maybe there's stuff we should be, swapping for any reason?
I wouldn't say anything was falling apart. They just,
They're heavy.
need attention.
Yeah, they need to be painted and
Yeah.
the wood
I don't
needs
think
to be
anything's
sanded.
broken or on any of them. I don't think there was. They just need attention if we're going to keep any of them.
I just hate to give them away and then go, oops, we could use this part or that part or what have you. I don't know.
Well,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like the trash cans. Mhm.
Right.
Speaking of trash cans, I'm gonna drive by the ball fields and see if there's any, because I don't think they're using all of the ones.
I don't think there's that many out.
I think I saw a post, they got rid of them.
What?
The ones that we gave them?
No. I did
Check
not.
that. I thought I saw something like that.
I was gonna see if we could take 2 back to paint and put in the back for the social district, but I will.
Double check and see if they're even there. Maybe it was only a couple of them they got rid of, but I saw a post of, does anybody need these? Listen to you about a lady, pay attention when you're there.
I try to.
When is DPW like asking us to have them like removed or taken care of by a certain time? Like, do they need it for like the next season or like,
I can check with Brian.
okay.
if he
Well,
has
I mean,
any time
if
in
he's
it. He said-
volunteering to take them to auctions in like October, I believe, or November even. So
Okay.
he'd obviously hang on to them that long. But yes, we need to make plans and get them out of his way. So. I think
That auction only once a quarter or something?
I thought it was only once a year.
Once a year.
Am I wrong?
Spring one. But either
Oh,
way,
okay.
it's
But a spring and
spring
fall.
and fall.
Yeah.
Just,
Somebody needs to make a decision sooner than later, but I don't think anyone's ready to make a
Yeah,
decision
it's
today.
tonight, so.
I guess just realize there's 8 out there as you're walking around town or seeing
Mhm.
things. Does it make sense for anywhere before we get rid of them?
Or do they have to be bolted into the ground? Or can they be freestanding? Could we offer them to any of the businesses if they'd like to put a bench out in front, if there's room out in front of their
I was gonna
business?
say that's a dangerous game we're gonna play.
I said, if there's room, it's very clear.
The sidewalks are already very narrow.
Yeah.
If you didn't
What
know.
What about behind Mikey's area?
Or behind the restaurants.
Right.
Or businesses.
Like maybe, because, so the bench, well, we looked at that one bench today on our walk. All they did is pour a slat of cement and they bolted it. They just put it on the grass and that's what it was bolted to, so it wouldn't flip up. So that's really all they have to do to move them. So I don't know if maybe Mikey's could use them behind there or the whatever's next door to them. I don't know, maybe in that grassy area for now.
It's Jen.
Just a thought.
I'd rather see if anyone local can use them before we, you know. But it comes with, if the businesses are going to use them, it comes with the caveat that they need to fix them up.
Right.
Because they do
Yeah.
look junky.
Yeah.
Please.
Put one of them in the branch
refurbish.
parking lot for the commuters while they're waiting for their rides. Yeah.
Bus stop.
Yeah,
sign.
bus stop and back.
Yeah, I like it.
Burley Park that we'll never be able to use, put one over there.
They did.
They have two over there.
Oh, do they?
Took 2 of them.
Yeah.
Get them 8.
Huh?
They can make it look like a church and pews. and all
Pews.
sorts of-
Yeah.
All right, anything, any more on benches before we belabor that one forever? No old business? Any public comments on non-agenda item?
How about since we're talking about Burley, the parking spots, anything go forward with that?
That is a village council matter.
We've-
Sorry, I'm in the wrong meeting.
You were at the wrong meeting, John.
We've stated our
So,
stance.
so
Yes,
we
yes,
did
yes.
go to village council. Village council is going to speak to the veterans to, again, assess their feeling on it. But the businesses very much would like to see parking there.
All's in their court.
Yes, we had multiple businesses write statements because they couldn't be there. I was obviously there to represent my office, but yeah. That's where it was left in village council's hand because the DDA cannot do anything because it is out of our boundary. So we can't do anything with that property. So
Good question.
we're very capable hands.
Any other comments? No. Any board questions or comments for everybody? No? Nope. All right. I just want to say, everybody, thank you again for a great fiscal year and looking forward to the next one and all the other good stuff.
To say, go team. Twins.
Well, anyway, again, it wouldn't happen without everybody, and I appreciate it personally. So,
Same. So much.
It does. And I guess load up on your energy pills because Heritage Fest is around the
Rapidly
corner.
approaching.
And please send me your sponsorship credits
Yes.
if you would like. Well, send them to me, but especially ASAP if you want to use them for Heritage Fest sponsorship. That way we can get all that on the books to make Angela's life easier. I don't want us to wait till the last minute to make Angela's life more difficult. So thank you.
All right.
You can just send them to my regular email for now. It's okay. We'll work on that other one.
All right. Thank you all. If there's nothing else, nobody? We're going to adjourn the meeting at 8:04. A whole hour, and I even started it late.
In 2 minutes, an hour and 2 minutes.
Oh, an hour. 2 minutes, yes.
Well, we timed your potty break, perfectly.